Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. I hope all of you can hear me, you can see me. Let me know in the chat box as you keep on joining, everybody. So do I have anyone here already? Let me check. Good morning everyone, good morning. Welcome to this session on BYJU'S exam prep, which is the most comprehensive app for any exam that you're targeting. And this session, this chain series of sessions is designed to help you with reading better. We read editorials, articles, parts of books, etc. and we learn how to read and interpret better. The idea is that you do it here every Monday, Wednesday and Thursday, and then you practice it in your free time with anything that you read. That is the whole point of these sessions. Okay, let me see if anybody is present. Yes, I can see Preeti is there. No, Varsha in fact got here first. Varsha, Preeti, there is one Preeti Gupta, there is another one Preeti Kashyap. Preeti Kashyap, good morning. Then I have Nancy, Gargi, Anisha, Aditi and others. All right, so first of all, good to see you all. Good morning. Great to see you because 10 o'clock may be too early for some of you. Some of you might be watching this after the session is over because you might have school, etc. to attend. Okay, that's totally fine. If you're watching me after the session is over, you can watch me at a higher speed also, but make sure you watch me till the end. The video should be watched till the end. Okay, Aditi Agrawal, good morning. Prithviraj, Ashmita, Sangeeta, Khushi, Tijan, Sneha, good morning. Mehak, you're on the app. Hello Mehak, good to see you. All right, so are we ready for today's session? Yes, and more importantly, I hope you guys are reading newspapers, editorials, books, magazines, signboards, anything that you can lay your hands on. Correct? Every single thing that you can get your hands on, you must read. That is the whole idea, right? Everyone, you have to read. There is no denying that fact. Yes. All right, I can see a little more number of students here. I can see Anshuman, Devadrita, Anil, Hariom, Shubham, Riya, Prithviraj. Good morning everybody. If I miss your name, don't think I ignored. It's just that sometimes I miss. Okay, so what is the first and most important thing that I need to announce? We are launching CLAT 23 newest batch. Okay, 22nd, and from 22nd, today is 21st, right? So it's from tomorrow, and this batch is going to be even more comprehensive in terms of number of live hours. 200. You would get access to 330 plus recorded videos, 45 mocks, 9,000 plus practice questions, and a very important magazine called CLAT Ignite. Even this year in CLAT, a number of questions directly came from this magazine. I don't mean to say they took it. What I mean is, I hope you get it right. So the faculty members discuss these questions, and more importantly, if you are a regular reader of this magazine, you could ace the GK section very easily. Make sure you don't miss the opportunity to enroll for this batch right away. You would be taught by the very best in the field. There is no doubt about the fact. And of course, I want you guys to be here when you write CLAT 23, and I want you guys have your photographs here with us, and so that we can proudly tell the next batch that you studied, you worked hard, and you are here, right? We need to update this again because we have more students now, but I just wanted to show you some of the faces, right? So make sure your name is here next year. Correct, everybody? Are we ready for today's session now? Good morning everyone. Good morning. I can see some of you have joined. So good morning to all of you. Okay, so make sure you get a good photograph clicked, nice photograph, so that you can give it to us here for publishing next year after the results are out. Okay, all right. So good morning Vrinda. So I think we can start now. So let me change my marker and we will read the paragraph now. Okay, so Earlier I have given you time to read it, but I realized that reading it with you would be a better idea, because you would notice how I read or how it should be read. Okay, and we'll together read it, and then we will see if we need to answer any question. Remember guys, the idea in these sessions is to learn how to read, where to focus, where not to focus, what to be concerned about, what not to be concerned about, how to tackle the vocab part, can we learn something new, paying attention to the tone, paying attention to figures of speech, paying attention to the author's ideas, paying attention to the details, and also ignoring skimming things if required. This is what we do in these sessions. Okay, so in case you're watching it for the first time, it's on Monday, Wednesday and Thursday, 10 o'clock. Okay, good morning Divyansh and Lakshmi and others. Okay, so are we ready? Let's start. So just give me a moment. Okay, let's start. Almost everyone seems to agree. Now pay attention everybody. You can see there is a colon here. Okay, this is a colon. Now what is the role of a colon? A colon basically is used, can you read this? A colon is basically used to mean that some information is going to follow, right? You may have seen we write details and then we write double dot. This double dot is called colon, right? When you have one dot and one comma, it's called semicolon, right? Colon is double dot. It basically means some information is going to follow. Almost everyone seems to agree. And what is that? Governments now face a choice between saving the planet and saving the economy. Looking at the world affairs right now, I think it is very obvious. The article is point blank, right? Between saving the planet and saving the economy. As recession looms, now I have highlighted the word, I'll come to it also, but not right now. As recession looms probably means, here it means it is near, it is threatening, it is very near to us, it is almost there, it is round the corner. The political pressure to abandon means to give up green policies. Now you can see that green policies basically is a broad term used for policies that are designed to safeguard or help the environment, correct? As recession looms, as recession comes nearer, the political pressure to leave policies that favor environment intensifies. What is the meaning of this sentence? I hope it is clear that as there is a fear of recession coming up, there is a lot of political pressure on leaving policies, giving up policies that help the environment. Means what? Can you guys see? Let me know in the chat, everybody. Can you guys see that there is very clear cut from this line? It is very obvious that probably saving the planet and saving the economy, both probably cannot happen at the same time. Yes or no? The author's main point is probably this, that it looks like saving the economy and saving the planet at the same time is very difficult, maybe impossible, maybe difficult. Difficult for sure, impossible I don't know, but difficult for sure. Yes or no, everybody? Prithviraj, yes, it's like heat wave and forest fires in Europe. Yeah, absolutely. Just let me know yes or no, and then we would move on, right? So you can see, remember everybody, Kanishka, Komal, Ananya, you are on app. I can see your messages. Okay, don't worry. So now, as I have been saying in this session for some time, make sure you always read the opinion part very carefully. Opinion is extremely important. Details can be skimmed. Opinions you must focus on. So opinion is, both are contradictory. Saving the planet, saving the economy at the same time, probably hard. But These fears are based on a false assumption, again colon, that there is a cheap alternative to green economy. Now read this line and let's analyze this line, everybody. The author is saying that wait. You think that we can either save the planet or we can save the economy. We can't save both at the same time, right? You think so, but you think so on the basis of a wrong belief. Assumptions are belief, right? On wrong belief. What is that wrong belief? That there is an alternative to green economy. What if there is no alternative? Means you cannot have an economy which is not green. Means if there is an economy, it has to be green. If the economy is not green, then you have to lose this planet. So you cannot say, okay, we will have the economy, we will not have the planet. That option is not available. What is the option that is available? Economy will be green, economy would be environment friendly, and the planet would exist. You cannot choose one or the other, right? If you choose the economy, the world is not going to be there. That option is not available. The only option we have is the economy would be green and the world will exist. That's the only option we have. Last week, New Scientist reported a survey of oil industry experts which found that most of them believe global oil supplies will peak in the next 2 decades. If they are right, the game is up. Author is saying the oil would be finished in next 2 decades, right? After in the next 2 decades, oil will reach its highest point of production. After that, availability of oil will go down. This is one very clear thing on the horizon, correct? So you're thinking in terms of saving the economy or saving the planet. You can't do that. You have to have green economy and then the planet would exist. If the world is sliding into recession, it's partly because governments believed that they could choose between economy and ecology. The point we were discussing. The prices of oil is so high and it hurts so much because there has been no serious effort to reduce our dependency. Yesterday, the Guardian suggested that an impending recession would force us to confront means to face, the flaws in the global economy. Sadly, it seems so far to have had the opposite effect. A recent Ipsos Mori poll suggests that people are losing interest in climate change. What is the author basically saying so far? That governments have always believed, world over, governments have believed that you can choose economy over the world, over the planet. You can choose the economy over the ecology. You can't do that, but you have believed so. In fact, people have also started believing that climate change will happen. Climate change is bound to happen. What can we do? Right? It's God's will. And this is depressing. This is bad. So when the author says, the Guardian suggested that an impending recession, impending means it is bound, it is coming, okay? Impending recession could force us to face the flaws in global economy. The Guardian suggested that the coming recession will make us think about what is wrong in global economy. But author says it looks like the opposite will happen. People will not ask questions. They will not say, okay, what is wrong in the global economy? The opposite will happen. What does it mean? It means that people will say, okay, let's not bother about climate change. Let's live our lives. Let's have fun. Let's travel. Let's buy bigger cars. Let's burn more fossil fuel. Let's not bother about climate change. This is what is likely to happen. Correct? The author is basically concerned about the way the world economy is functioning. And the author is saying, you cannot save the planet or save the economy. You have to have green economy, and at the same time, you have to save the planet at the same time. And that will save the planet, in fact. Correct, everyone? So far you are able to follow me till here. Correct? All right. Next one. The British government maintains both positions at once. British government obviously is a little weird. Now pause here and tell me, everybody, what do we mean by this line? Can you send me a one line meaning of this? The British government maintains both positions at once. What is the author saying, or what does the author mean by saying both positions? Which both position? Can you send me a one line answer? Let me see if you can. Just send me one line answer. What is this both positions? Because we all know, I should not use outside knowledge, but we know British government generally has a very peculiar approach to a lot of things. Okay, but can you tell me? Lakshmi Gunappa, that's correct. Did I take your name correctly? Gunappa, yes, absolutely. Lakshmi types very fast for sure. Well done. Absolutely. Yep. Tuti, not really balance, okay? No, not really balance. But yes, broadly you guys got it. Absolutely. Now one more thing is very clear, that all of you are listening to me for sure. You're not, I actually thought that you might start sleeping, saying that okay, another article on climate change. That's what I have started seeing a lot of people are nowadays doing. Climate change, it doesn't bother us. Only Bangladesh will sink, right? Or only the Middle East will face more droughts. We are safe. We are not actually. Very good. British government maintains both positions at once means British government maintains that we can abandon green policies. We don't need green policies, but we can save the planet also. Both at the same time, contradictory positions. Now the author says, is there a way out? Could we abandon the fossil fuel economy without provoking a blistering backlash? Backlash means negative outcome. Backlash means when people fight back, when people criticize, when you face criticism. Okay? Until recently, I supported an alternative system called contraction and convergence. Every country this system proposes should end up with the same quota of carbon dioxide per person. The richest countries must produce much less than they do today. I think you guys know about this already. The poorest ones can pollute more, something like Kyoto Protocol. Another proposal flows logically from this one, carbon rationing. Having been assigned its carbon quota, each nation would divide a part of it equally among its citizens, who could use it to buy energy or trade it among themselves. These proposals have the merit of capping global pollution, of being fair, progressive, and easy to understand, and of encouraging us to think about our use of energy. Right, so it talks about what the author thought was an alternative system. Okay, there would be a question from this paragraph, so please read it properly. I'm taking you to the next one. Now the author says, now remember guys, here let me ask you a question first. Until recently I supported an alternative system. Can you anticipate the next paragraph, everybody? Until recently I supported an alternative system. What do you think the author will write in the next paragraph? Mrityunjay, yes. 100%. What can you anticipate? Can you guess what the author will write about in the next paragraph? Let me see. Lakshmi, you are fast. Lakshmi, I think you are you're good at typing for sure. Well done. Tijan, no, this world is very fast. Nobody can wait. Okay, you have got to be faster. Preeti, nope. Anisha, better answer. Preeti Gupta, not really. You missed it by a whisker, okay? Just pay attention, everybody, again. Suppose I tell you that until recently, I supported XYZ person. Then what do you think I will say next? I will say that now I don't. I have changed my mind. Until recently, I thought Tiger Shroff was a great actor. Then I watched Baghi 1, 2, 3, 4, 256. Then what happened? Obviously, I changed my mind. Right? Nothing against Tiger Shroff. If Tiger Shroff, you're watching this, please don't take it personally. Okay, I'm just kidding. So, yes, everybody. Now read this paragraph and tell me, what do you think the author is saying? But after reading the proofs of a book by the independent thinker Oliver Tickle, now who keeps these names? I have no idea. Tickle. To be published this month, I have changed my view. Exactly what we thought, anticipated, is written here. In Kyoto 2, How to Manage the Global Greenhouse, Tickle slaughters my favorite ideas. Slaughters. Finished. Author is accepting whatever I thought so far. Tickle actually slaughtered everything. The name is Tickle, but this guy is dangerous. He slaughtered every idea of the author. Correct? He shows that there is no logical basis for dividing up the right to pollute. Carbon rationing, he argues, requires a level of economic literacy that far from universal in the most advanced countries, let alone in countries where most people don't have bank accounts. Author simply says, earlier I thought so, now I think my ideas have been finished, killed by somebody called Tickle. So the author is very honest, of course. Correct, everybody? Now it says, instead, now just imagine, everybody, you can't read this part, okay? From the first word, can you guess what the author is saying or is going to say? Just imagine you can't read this part, guys, okay? Let me use a better color. Okay, let's imagine this is not written. Now some of you have read this part, I know, but can you guess? Instead. So the author says, I thought so. Then the author says, but Tickle slaughtered it. Instead. So what will Tickle propose here? Tickle will propose whatever is opposite of what the author thought. Yes or no, everybody? Instead, Tickle proposes. So whatever the author was thinking, Tickle will propose something opposite to that. You can again anticipate. When you anticipate, you become faster. Yes or no, everybody? Now I can see a lot of you are laughing. I don't know what you're laughing about. But Tiger Shroff. Correct, yes. Tiger Shroff might work on his reading skills, no? He's already pretty good in his athletic skills. Once he learns acting, he'll be the next superstar. Alright, absolutely. Yes. Instead, Tickle proposes setting a global limit for carbon pollution, then selling permits to pollute to companies. Remember, Tickle is saying, don't give the right to people. There are too many. Okay. Give the right to sell and trade to companies extracting or refining fossil fuel. This has the advantage of regulating a few thousand companies rather than a few billion citizens. Okay, now remember, guys, yesterday also I talked about this. Whatever you see in the middle of two sentences, even if you don't read, it doesn't matter, right? The paragraph will still make sense. The sentence will still make sense. Even if you don't read this part, it's okay. Even if you skim it, it's okay. The paragraph will make sense. These firms would buy their permits in a global auction run by a coalition of world central banks. So very clearly the author is saying that whatever I thought, all bakwas, not good, all rubbish, but what this guy Tickle is talking about makes sense. Okay, let companies trade these things, not average people, because average people, even in the advanced economies, they don't have a lot of understanding of the economics. Forget about those countries where people don't even have bank accounts. How will they trade? Right? What will they understand about carbon trade? Do we want to save it even if we can? Now question is, let me ask you guys, Do we want to save it even if we can? Save it, save what? The world or the economy? It's hard to see how the current global growth rate of 3.7% a year could be sustained, even if the whole things were powered by the wind and the sun. But that is a question for another column and perhaps another time when the current economic panic has abated. For now, we have to find a means of saving us from ourselves. So, two questions I have. Can you guys tell me, what do we want to save? Do we want to save it even if we can? What is the meaning of this? What is this it? Just a second, everybody. In the app, the chats are collapsing. Just Ananya, that's correct. Nitin, are you on the YouTube now? Because I can't see any more messages from you. Okay, both. All right, everybody. Now, no problem. We'll come to that question later. Okay. First, let me ask you. Did you understand the paragraph? Not very hard. Author starts, and then author talks about his own opinion. Then author says that my opinion is all wrong. Then the author talks about somebody else's opinion. Correct? And then author ends with a paragraph, right, where he talks about certain things. Okay. And the main point of the author is that you cannot choose between one or the other. You cannot say, let's save economy and not the world. Green economy is the future. You have to find a way. Author says, if I had opinion, but that opinion is useless, let's follow what this tickle guy is saying. Okay, author says that. Okay, so let's have a look at a question. Let me change the color. It says, the question with which the last para begins. It's about the last paragraph. It's about the question. Do we want to save it even if we can? Now read the options, everybody, and tell me, what do you think is the answer? The question with which the last para begins. A is evidence of the attitude that nothing we do can save the world. Shows that we are not concerned about safeguarding our environment. Is rhetorical, meaning that we don't want to save the economy. Or reflects the author's belief that the current economic system is not sustainable. Which one do you think is the meaning of the question? Let's see how many of you get that right. So those of you who are not aware, we are launching our batch from tomorrow for 2023. Okay, so in case you are thinking of CLAT 23, you're most welcome there. You would have a rigorous, fun-filled and very high quality content classes. Okay, starting from tomorrow. Check it out on the app. Okay, for other details. B, 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 D, B, 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 D, D, D. Okay, so nobody practically is concerned about A or C. A or C are obviously feeling sidelined. They are feeling abandoned. They are feeling like people who are not really, nobody is concerned about, right? They are feeling ignored. Okay. Alright, no problem. I will tell you the correct answer. B or D, that's what I have gotten. Okay. Now, let's eliminate. Whenever in doubt, eliminate. Okay, whenever in doubt, eliminate. Is the author saying, is the author's attitude this, that nothing that we do can save the world? It's an extreme statement, right? Very clearly out. So you have a good reason to eliminate A. Well done, very good. Okay. Preeti Kashyap, I will explain, don't worry. Okay, don't worry at all. Now look at C. Is rhetorical. Now what is the meaning of rhetorical? Rhetorical basically means dramatic use of language for extra effect. Let me give you an example. So Martin Luther King had once given a very famous speech called I Have a Dream, right? Now I have a dream, he says, he used I have a dream 35 plus times in the entire speech. I have a dream that one day um, black and white children will hold hands and walk together and play together. I have a dream that one day America would be free of discrimination. I have a dream. Now he used I have a dream 35 times. It's a very rhetorical style of speaking. Okay, quite dramatic, because it has an impact. Now just imagine if Martin Luther King had said, my dear friends, I have these dreams. Please find attached my dreams. Dream 1, dream 2, dream 3, dream 4. Then that would have been such a boring thing. Nobody would have talked about it, right? Rhetoric is done for drama, for impact. Sometimes rhetorical statements may not have substance also. Okay. The author in this question statement, do we want to save it even if we can? The author is not making any rhetorical statement. Okay. The author is actually asking, trying to show a genuine concern. Okay. It's not rhetorical. And definitely it does not mean that we don't want to save the economy. Not at all. So A and C, I agree, are useless options. Let's eliminate them. Okay. Now let's look at B and D. Whenever in doubt, compare. Whenever in doubt, compare. Shows that we are not concerned about safeguarding our environment, reflects the author's belief that the current economic system is not sustainable. Now, first question, what do you think the author talked about in both slides, in all the paragraphs? In all the paragraphs, author is saying that we need economy, but green economy. The current economy that we have cannot be sustained. You cannot say we will have this economy and we will not have the planet. You have to have the economy would be green, and then you would have the world also. You have no choice. Very clearly, do we want to save it? Save what? Save the world, and save the world through green economy. That's what the author is talking about. It's not saying that, the author is not showing that we cannot safeguard and we are not concerned. The author is showing that we want to save it. Save what? This question is basically showing the author's belief that if you want to save it, it can be done only if the economy is green. Okay, it's not that we are not concerned. It's just that the author is saying it can't be done any which way but or except through green economy, and that is why the answer is E for Delhi. Just ask yourself, what is the author's main point? The author's main point is about economy. Which option is talking about it? Not option B. Talking about in option D. What D is the correct answer? Is it clear, everybody? Let me know in the chat. Shruti Mishra, yes, sustainable development, absolutely. That's what the author's main point is. Let me see if anybody has a problem. Okay. Right, absolutely. Yep. So is it clear, everybody? I hope it is clear. All right. Next one. Based on the passage, we can infer that the guardian is very easy question. I don't think anybody can get it wrong. Okay. Gargi, I just read your comment. Okay, I will take you back to the paragraph after this question. Okay, you attempt this first. All right, Anshuman says, Khushi, the question is from the last paragraph. Okay, the question is not from the entire paragraph. The question was from the last paragraph, first question. I'll explain that, don't worry. Yep, absolutely. So let me see what is the answer. C. I think you guys are in love with option C, huh? You mark C option in every question. C. Okay, no. Suryansh Gautam, am I reading your name correctly? Yes. Suryansh Gautam says D. Only one person said D. Riya says A. You can't get this question wrong. Come on. All right, everyone. 95% students have said C, and 1 person has said A, and 1 person had said D also. Okay, fine. Let me take you to the part. Yesterday, the Guardian suggested that an impending recession could force us to confront the flaws in the global economy. What is the Guardian? The Guardian suggested. What is the Guardian? Read and tell me, everybody. Is it a newspaper? Website? Name of a pet? Is it a scientific newspaper? Is it a journal? Is it a name of a shop? Is it name of a company? From the passage. Now look at the question. Based on the passage. Does it say please use your GK and tell us? No, it's not saying that. Based on the passage. Based on the passage. Please read and tell me, everybody. Yes, suggest means it is giving opinion, but who is it? Opinion can be given by newspaper, news channels, websites, blogs, human beings. Now what is even by Siri or Alexa, right? Who? Prithviraj, how do you know it's a news website? Stuti, how do you know it's a news blog? You don't seem to get the point, huh? The correct answer is, of course, D for Delhi. Get out of this mindset. Based on the passage. What information do you have about the Guardian? It says suggested. Suggestion can be done by a website. It can be done by a news blog. It can be done by a newspaper. It can be done by any, right? So correct answer is cannot be inferred. I don't have that option. We are marking none. That's all. This is a very clear-cut trap that is used by a lot of exams, okay? This is not a GK question. They did not say use your GK. They said based on the paragraph. Based on the paragraph, you cannot say anything. You cannot infer. It can be anything. We just do not know. Is it clear? Absolutely, Saima. You got it. Correct. सब लोगों ने GK use किया. That's what is being said by Hariom. Hariom is saying that everybody used GK. Absolutely. Don't use it unless you're asked to, or it's a GK section. I hope it is clear. This was the message in the question. All right. Okay. Just a second. Let me clarify. Some of you are saying that the answer can come from the first slide, etc. Questions is the question with which the last para begins. Okay. That means this question is about this part. All right. Obviously, you have to refer to the previous information also, but this is what the question was about. I think some of you did not understand where did this question come from. This question came from this part. Okay, I hope it is clear. All right, everyone, let's read the next one. Very interesting question. You will have to read the concerned paragraph for it. I will show you the paragraph, no problem. Just read it and we'll see. Okay. Read the question first and let me look at your chat. Pandey Anil is making sad faces. Anil, don't worry, it's okay. Life, no problem. Kushi, yes, only 1% got that, and the previous question, I think that person was, let me just find out who that person was. I think Suryansh was the person in the last question who got it right. Well done, Suryansh. I forgot to mention your name. Yes, please. Read the question. I will show you the paragraph. If you're watching me after the session is over, make sure you subscribe to the channel also, because when we conduct these sessions, we have subscribers mode, which means that we want the concerned, hardworking, and top of the notch students participate in the chat. Okay, so make sure you subscribe so that you can access those parts also. D. Lakshmi says D. All right, everyone. What I suggest is before you mark the correct answer, you read this part. Okay. Just this part, and then you make a choice. Okay. Just to make sure that you don't get it wrong. It's a very fairly easy question, but just read it quickly, 30 seconds, then I'll show you the question once again. Okay. I have started getting answers already. D. Lakshmi said D. Preeti D. Hariom D. Sijan B. Okay, I'll wait. No problem. Read the part. Okay, Preeti, this is P1. I think you mean P2. P1 is slide 1 or paragraph 1. Okay. I'll show you the slide 2 also in case you need it. This is slide 2. Okay. And now you have to tell me the correct answer. Fun and art. You're welcome, but you're a little late. Okay. So can I have the answer, please? I'm sure you can give me the answer now. Yes. Tell me which is the correct answer. First you tell me, then I'll explain. Okay. Let's be quick, everybody. Let's see who sends me the first correct answer. I already have received some answers. Lakshmi said D, Preeti D, Hariom D, Sijan B, Tuti D, Kushi Verma. I hope you can see the question now. Vrinda D, Suryansh Gautam D. Very good, guys. Absolutely. All but one. All but one means only one. Or you put it like this: all but one basically means that if there are 4, then 3 out of 4 are mistaken notions regarding contraction and convergence. Okay, all but one. Which one? Basically it's asking you to find the exception. Okay, you have to find the exception. All but one of the following are the author's mistaken notions regarding contraction and convergence. You have to find the exception, right? So one notion is not right. Which one is that? It sets a limit on the total carbon pollution. Author talks about it. It says these proposals have the merit of capping global pollution, right? It treats all human beings everywhere on par. It's fair, right? It also talks about same quota of carbon dioxide per person. So no matter whether you are Bill Gates or you are a very poor person, same quota. It's an odd one out question basically. It encourages people to think of their use of energy, understand and encourages us to think about our use of energy. It's easy to understand and so would work successfully in all countries. Now this one is opposite of what the author says actually. Yes or no? It says carbon rationing requires a level of economic literacy that far from universal in the most advanced countries, let alone in countries where most people don't have bank accounts. People will not understand it. Author says that I used to believe this, but the Tickle person, the Tickle author named Tickle, proved me wrong. So this notion of the author was proved wrong by Tickle. This must be the wrong notion. Therefore, very good. Well done, guys. I think 85+% of the class got it right. Very well done. Absolutely amazing. So the last question was easy. You guys got that wrong. This one was slightly harder. You got this one correct. That's sign of a genius. Okay. All right, everyone. Very easy question again. Saving us from ourselves. Saving us from ourselves. Read the question. I'll show you the relevant paragraph also. It comes from the last paragraph. Okay. But you read the question first. And I think you can get the right answer directly. Not a very hard question. Please try. Stuti, the tone of the author is basically cautionary, advisory. Okay. Author is telling us what we should do, what is it that we cannot do, where we are wrong. Okay. Instructional. So what do you think is the answer? Gargi says C. Hariom C. You can eliminate very easily, right? Saving us from ourselves. If you read the paragraph, author says, but that is a question for another column and perhaps another time when the current economic panic has abated. For now, we have to find a means of saving us from ourselves. Saving us from ourselves basically means that we are dependent on fossil fuel, we are dependent on no other alternative energy source except fossil fuel. And if we grow like that, okay, if we grow at 3.7% every year, then very soon it would be unsustainable. We won't be able to survive, right? Right now the question is saving us from ourselves, means right now the question is how do we make sure that we don't end up destroying ourselves. Correct? Now look at the options. Mankind is on the brink of extinction. This looks like the headlines of news channel stories. We are going to become extinct in next 2 years. Not this highly exaggerated kind of meaning is there, right? So option 1 is out. We have none to conquer but ourselves. This is very, very broad statement. This is like a spiritual statement. This is a statement coming from Gandhiji. We have none to conquer but ourselves. This is true, but this is called a truism. It is true, but too broad. Can apply to anything. Not a good choice. We are our own enemies. Good choice. But can we be more specific? Maybe the next option is better. I don't know. Let me read. We have to ensure that we build an economy that benefits all mankind. Now this is slightly broad, agreed, but come to the paragraph. Do we want to save it even if we can? It's hard to see how the current global growth rate of 3.7% could be sustained even if the whole thing were powered by wind and the sun. So the current rate of global economy cannot be sustained, correct? If we grow at this pace, we will end up destroying ourselves. So question says we can infer from the phrase saving us from ourselves that option D says we have to ensure that we build an economy that benefits all mankind, versus option C, we are our own enemies. Now I want you guys to take a call first before I tell you the correct answer. Should we mark D because it talks about economy, whereas C is just a broad global statement? What do you think, everybody? Before I tell you the correct answer, take a call here, make a pick, and then I will reveal the correct answer. First, you try it, everybody. Or let me give you another clue. Compare B with C. Don't you think B and C both are equally broad statements? They can fit anywhere. Author says if we grow at this rate, we will destroy ourselves. If I ask you to eliminate D, how would you eliminate D? Just give me one line before I tell you the correct answer. I'll wait for 30 seconds, okay? Type as fast as you can. Let's see. I don't want you to tell me D is the answer, C is the no, don't. I want you to think and type. Okay, one line. Think and tell me. Okay, I'm looking at your answers. Sijan is sending me faces. Sijan is not very happy with the choices. Kushi Verma, good that you wrote. Brinda, yes, the world is confused. Right, yes. Okay. All right. So this is a fairly confusing options. Okay, I'll be very, very quick because we are running short of time also. Now remember guys, question says what we can infer. Infer basically means unwritten conclusion, right? Broadly we can say that saving us from ourselves. What is the reason for the author writing it? Author says the economy at the rate at which it is growing, it cannot be sustained. If we do that, ultimately all of us will get destroyed. And obviously the rich countries will do more harm than the poor countries, because if you read the paragraph in the first part, author talks about, read these lines. Okay, it talks about where is it? Read these lines. Okay, read these lines and also lines like these, where the author is talking about that there is a very clear-cut difference between the rich countries and the poor countries, advanced economies and the not so advanced economies. Author, option C, says we are our own enemies. It's a very broad statement. Author is very clearly saying that if economy grows at this rate, we will not be able to sustain. What is the author's main point? What is the author's point that the author has not written? Author's message is that we have to build our economy in a sustainable manner. It cannot be one-sided. It cannot be an economy that leads to extinction. It cannot be an economy that destroys the planet. It has to be an economy that is sustainable, that is good for everybody. Sustainable is what? Good for everybody. If America keeps on polluting and Bangladesh sinks because of that, it is not a sustainable economy thing, right? It is not an economy which is benefiting everybody. America is prospering, but Bangladesh is sinking, not benefiting all mankind. Sustainable economy means everybody gets a benefit. So C is a very tempting option, remember everybody, but C is as broad as B is. Therefore, correct answer is D for. I hope it is clear. Yes. All right, everyone. Quickly, last question of the day. Very easy question. I think not last question. It should be the second last question. Okay. Loom. Which of the following is a synonym of the word above? No problem at all. Tell me the correct answer, everybody. Absolutely. Preeti, I just read your comment. Preeti Gupta. Okay, there are two Preetis here. Yep. What is your answer? Just two questions remaining, everybody. Don't get them wrong, please. Get them right quickly. Anisha says D. Anisha is good at vocab, and Anisha, you are working also on that, so that's a good thing. Great. Lakshmi says B. D, but also Lakshmi said B. So let me tell you something very interesting about vocab. You might be aware of it because you guys are working hard. There are a lot of words in English language which can be noun and verb at the same time, right? You know that. For example, look at the word box. Box can be a noun, right? Black box, box of chocolate, right? It can also be a verb. Box means to punch. So if I punch someone, I am basically boxing the person. That is why we call somebody who boxes boxer, right? So box can be a noun. It can be also a verb. I boxed his face. I boxed his ears. I punched. Correct? Box can be a noun. It can be a verb. Loom is a same kind of a word. Loom as a noun basically means what? It's a machine through which you weave clothes, right? You may have seen people do this and they weave clothes. It can be an apparatus, but as a noun, as a verb, it can mean something that appears. For example, war is looming at the Ukrainian border. Appear. or impend. Impending means something which is about to happen, threatening you. An outbreak of monkeypox is impending in Europe, about to happen. I wish it doesn't happen. I'm just giving an example. Impend also means threaten. That means the correct answer for this question would be D for Delhi, and that is why please work on vocab, pick up your dictionaries, use dictionary.com, whatever, attend the vocab sessions we have taken. We have taken a bazillion vocab sessions on this channel. Please watch them. They would be very beneficial. Even if they are old, like one or 2 year old, no problem, watch them. Watch all of them. Okay. The correct answer is D. Now let me see who sent me the first correct answer. I can find out. Anisha sent the first correct answer. Anisha, well done. Brinda was next and Hariom was next. Last question of the day, everyone. Please don't get it wrong. Which of the following is a synonym of the word above? Very simple. Today I am keeping it straight. Okay. No twisted kind of question at all. Okay. I'm in a good mood today actually. Alright everyone. Let's see who sent me the first correct answer. Blistering. Preeti Gupta, absolutely. Absolutely. You're doing pretty fine. Now remember guys, if you really like the content that we presented, please press the like button because that makes us happy and it makes us reach more number of students, provided you liked it. And if you did not like it, then also you let us know. But if you're watching me after the session is over, please type in the comment box what else you want us to do in these sessions. Okay, what other kind of questions you want me to take up, what kind of passages you want me to take up, and things like that. I'll incorporate for sure. Okay, but only if you comment I will get to know. So comment in the comment box. Okay, and if you're watching me after the session is over, do share it with your friends, tell them about this. Would make us happy and more effective. Alright everyone, let's see what is the correct answer. B. D also. Preeti Kashyap said D. Blistering basically means blister is basically a kind of boil on your body. Blister is something when somebody gets burnt a bit, you get a blister on your hand. Okay? Blistering is something which is absolutely, suppose I say somebody was batting at a blistering pace. It was such an increasingly fast pace, such a huge kind of pace that the person made a lot of runs. Ram is studying at a blistering pace. Probably he's studying 18 hours a day. Correct? Not catastrophic, not significant. Significant is probably second best, but and not sensitive at all. The correct answer is, of course, withering. Withering means something that leads to something getting tired and not working at all. It's like a very exacting, hard, difficult pace or anything, right? Withering is the correct answer. So let me see who got the first correct answer. I didn't see anybody sending the correct answer. Blistering is basically, yes, an extreme kind of a thing. For example, blistering batting, blistering pace of walk, blistering pace of preparation. Extreme. There is no nothing closer to that. It's that extreme, intense. That's called blistering. Withering. Withering heat, you may have heard. Withering heat is heat that makes you wilt. It makes you extremely tired because it is exceedingly hard to take. That's called blistering. Okay, so very interesting word. Please do some research. The correct answer is A. Do I have any more questions left? Nope. So in case you liked, please press the like button. In case you're watching me after the session is over, watch me at a higher pace, but do comment what else you want me to do. I'll see you again. Thank you so much for joining everyone. Please remember, if you're thinking of CLAT 2023, our batch, it's a superbly amazing batch that we're launching from tomorrow. Don't miss it on the app. Download the app in case you don't have it. All right, thank you so much for joining me here, guys. I'll see you again on Monday. Yep, Monday. But remember, if you're watching me and you are thinking of MHCET this year, we are running a series of sessions on that on YouTube. Please watch them. We are coming up with the sessions every single day, almost. Okay, I'll see you again. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for joining me here. Bye bye everyone. Please take care. Bye bye.